TMCnet at NextCom 2008.
Welcome again to NextCom 2008. I'm back here with Polycom, this time with Joan Vandermate, Polycom's Vice President of Marketing for the Video Solutions Group. Welcome, Joan.
Thank you.
So Polycom's got something called VC2. What is VC2?
So VC2 is our vision for the transformation of traditional video conferencing into tomorrow's visual communications.
Fantastic. And if I'm not mistaken, you actually made several announcements regarding VC2. Talk about those.
Yes, we have 4 major announcements that support this VC2 vision. The first one has to do with high definition, and we are demonstrating 1080p technology in our booth here at InfoComm. And our idea is that 1080p will not be a feature on one high-end codec, but rather a pervasive feature across codecs, bridges, and even our recording and streaming solutions. So we're demonstrating the 1080p capability across the entire solution.
Wow, fantastic. And then you've got something regarding packet recovery, I think.
Yeah, so the second major part of VC2 is the idea of video becoming more pervasive and commonplace and used over all networks, not just separate parallel networks. So the idea of video being able to be used across a corporate VPN or even across the public internet. Well, of course, the public internet is not set with service level agreements, so you often have packet loss. So we've got a technology called lost packet recovery that allows very good quality visual communications across even lossy networks with up to 10% packet loss. You can still have a very good professional quality video conference or video communication even across a lossy network.
And that's really realistic even across the public internet?
Absolutely. We're shipping it today across our entire codec line, and we're expanding it at this show across our bridges as well. So again, a multi-point bridge call across a VPN without service level agreements, or a corporate LAN or WAN that may have some issues with packet loss, or even across the public internet.
Great. There really is, I think we're seeing an increased interest in IP-based video, right?
Absolutely, and that leads to the next thing we're showing at the show is a highly scalable distributed video solution to the desktop that will scale to 5,000 users. It's a thin client solution, so no more loading a fat client on a PC. It's a fully provisioned model, so the IT department can simply push the thin client out from the server. And it's highly integrated with IT standards and best practices. For instance, it's Active Directory integration, H.350 directory integration. So again, the idea of video and visual communications becoming pervasive and just available as a general workplace tool.
And is that available as a standalone product?
Yes, that will be available. So we're not announcing the product here. We're showing the product and showing the technology. We will be announcing the product later this year, and it will be shipping later this year.
Great. I look forward to seeing that. And certainly one of the things I think Polycom has become known for is your telepresence solution,
yeah.
and you've got something going on with that.
So we are announcing some new telepresence offerings. So those are products we're actually announcing. They're available today. We're announcing 1- and 2-screen versions of our popular TPX telepresence, immersive telepresence offering. So these are aimed at a executive conference room, or basically think of a personal telepresence experience for a small conference room or an executive office that allows a fully immersive telepresence solution for a much smaller audience of 2 to 4 people.
Has that been driven by demand?
Yes, telepresence is actually moving from the boardroom to, again, it's this idea of video becoming pervasive everywhere. Most of our customers who buy a telepresence solution from us are buying everything from our high-end, fully immersive RPX suites all the way down to a personal telepresence, executive telepresence solution that sits on an executive desktop. So what we're seeing is they aren't simply buying a couple of systems to put in the boardrooms. They're buying those boardroom systems, but then they're also buying systems for conference rooms at regional offices, non-headquarters locations, and again for executive offices.
How much of this focus on telepresence and the growing popularity of telepresence solutions can be attributed to companies wanting to go green?
Green is a very, very big issue. I think it's, in EMEA, green is really driving actual business. So in Europe, I was over there 2 weeks ago, and everything is green. Companies are truly serious about green programs and about reducing their carbon footprint. Not so much yet in North America and in Asia. So people want to talk the talk, but to be quite honest, not so much walking the walk. What we're seeing that is a global phenomenon, aside from green, is the idea of reducing travel. The difficulty of travel, the cost of travel, the inconvenience and the lost productivity, standing in airport lines, waiting for canceled flights. We had a panel yesterday where one of the attendees couldn't make it because a flight was canceled. So companies are really looking at telepresence and visual communications as a whole to just reduce travel. And it's about not only cost, travel, reducing that travel budget, but it's that loss of productivity. So definitely travel reduction is a huge driver, and that's a global issue. Green is probably secondary, and it's a little more market-oriented, specific markets and regions.
Is it helping you on the business side?
Absolutely. We joke at Polycom that every time the major U.S. carriers suffer some terrible PR debacle, planes sitting on runways for 9 hours or whatever, our stock goes up. There may not be an exact correlation, but it seems that way. So I hate to say this, but what's bad for the airline industry and what's bad for the travel industry right now seems to be good for Polycom.
Very interesting. What can we look forward to in the future in terms of video from Polycom?
Pushing high definition across the line, across everything, and even into a PC desktop over a period of time. Current PC processors cannot encode high definition, but we can display high definition. So if it's being sent by a high definition endpoint, the PC can display it. So look for high definition to permeate the entire product line. Look for high scale. Look for tight integration with IT best practices and IT tools. Look for tight integration with other UC applications, things like Microsoft OCS, IBM SameTime, our telephony partners, Avaya, Nortel, et cetera. So look for tight integration of video in those UC environments.
Excellent. We've been talking video with Polycom's Joan Vandermate. Joan, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate you taking the time with us today.
Great.